Good morning, everybody. So today, well, I guess I'm a little crooked, but that's okay. Today I've got here some, I guess you could call it goat compost. It's a combination of hay and goat poop, which is a cold compost. I'm going to use it to fill some of my garden beds, and we're past frost date. So I did also pick up more mint because I decided I am too impatient to wait for that to spread. So I'm going to fill up the rest of that bed with more of the mint, and I also got a couple other kinds. I got some more chocolate mint, and I got something called grapefruit mint. I'm going to try that out also. So I also got, let's turn the camera and I'll show you guys. Let's see if I can tilt it down. You can see, got all my buckets. Most of that's going to be tomatoes because I know that tomatoes will get root rot if they stay too wet, and this goat compost is going to, you see those, I'll just bring us back up. Tomatoes will get root rot if they stay too wet, so this goat compost really keeps the roots and everything really well watered. Basically, it keeps the water really well, so I don't want them to stay too much. So I'm only going to do a little bit of the goat compost mixed in with the coconut coir soil that I'm using for these, but I don't have them with me right now to water these while we're not here. I'm using the system that I've used for years out here when I'm growing, is this like clay spike and a wine bottle. And what we do is kind of like what I've done in the past on the deck with the planters there, is you fill it with water and you spike it, and it will continuously feed all week. Works great. All my plants have done wonderful. I've done it with the trees. I've done it with blueberry bushes. You name it, it does a great job. So that's what we're going to be working on today. I'm hoping I can get this third garden bed put together, the big one, and then I have this little tiny one over here I'm also going to do. I also picked up this gorgeous rosemary. Isn't she gorgeous? I plan on basically cutting her in half and starting to dry her out because she smells amazing, and I want to get this baby preserved. I'm going to attempt, let's say this again, attempt to overwinter her. Sadly, I don't have a greenhouse to do it in this year. We're hoping next year, maybe the year after, we're going to have a year-round greenhouse. So down the road, we'll see. But we'll see. We're also going to attempt to keep those things down today. That's a goal. So come along with me while we get these taken care of. And looks like some of my tomatoes are already looking sad, so we need to get these babies in the ground, or pot per se. So let's get that going. Okay, so yes, horses are over visiting, and I brought a tarp out, and I am going to be wetting the coconut coir to get it to expand. It's going to take a couple minutes to get it to start. Usually I do this in a wheelbarrow, but I want to be able to mix this together with the goat compost a little bit first. So I'm going to try it this way. We'll see how that works. If it doesn't work, I'll go get the wheelbarrow. We'll see. So, see how long this takes to penetrate, blah, blah, blah. But I will tell you this. That goat stuff stinks. Oh my gosh. Blah. But it won't be so bad once it's, semi-buried, I'm hoping. So, we'll see. All right, so while we're waiting for that to separate, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to plant the rest of this mint. The new mints I got is I found one orange mint which I'm pretty excited about. I got more of all the others. The only one I couldn't get any more extra of, I forget. I'm sure I'll remember here in a minute, but let's see if I can bring you guys down to my level a little bit. There we go. I got one orange mint. I got the rest of the apple mint planted. I got some more of the mojito mint, some spearmint. I got chocolate mint. I gotta say, the stevia is not doing so hot. I'm not happy about it. I bought new ones and I just put them out here last night. They're really not doing great. I'm not impressed with it. I'm kind of sad, honestly, to tell you the truth. But time will tell, I guess. That's all I can say. Maybe it's just not doing great in my climate. I know Heather over at Because We Can Farms, I know hers is doing really good. So, all right. So, found this old pot from last year I used. And I'm going to add some worm castings to it just to rejuvenate some of the soil. So, I mean, it still has some nutrients in it, but this will really give it a good kickstart. So I'm adding quite a bit to it. I added that other herb. Can't pronounce it. I think it's like marigum or something like that. I don't remember. But I've got 2 things of English lavender. Bring it down here. 2 things of this little cute little, French lavender. I'm going to add to this. Just going to mix this up into the soil, make it good and happy. Add a little bit more. Worm castings are like the best thing for gardeners. It's a gardener's friend, I'm telling you. It's good stuff. The little garden beds I have, or little, I don't know what they are, little, it's what I use up top, guys, okay? Those are what I used up top. I just basically did coconut coir and worm castings, and it has been the most amazing growing medium I've ever used, ever. So this is going to be my lavender patch for now until I get a bigger bed in. So I'm gonna, now that I got this done, now I'm going to water everything in. So that's next, and then I'm gonna do the worm castings along with all the soil I used last year to get these tomatoes started. Hopefully that works. Cross your fingers. So that's what's next. And when I planted this bed, this was a combination of worm castings, soil, native soil, food culture, potting soil, worm casting, you name it, I put it in here. Okay, so got a couple buckets pre-done just as I did. So here's an idea of what I've got. Got some of the coconut coir, some of the goat, and then I finish it off with, there's one of our grow bags that we did last year. It had peppers in it. Well, there's a couple other things that have managed to grow since. So I've got the worm compost I'm adding. Gonna go through and add and mix it up. So far I've got 4 buckets mostly done. I'm gonna add a little worm compost to each, a little bit more. Gonna go out to the other garden, bring them on over. I've got 4, 8, 12, 14 more buckets to do. Should have enough to do these. And then we're gonna go from there. I'm gonna at least try to get 1 bed done today with what I can find. I might have to run up to the store and get a couple bags of garden soil to top it off. But I've got lettuce, cucumbers, some melons, a few things like that to get in. Wish me luck. But I'm excited. I'm trying to do a majority of topsoil or you know, soil on the top because, like I said, I don't want root rot, but I am trying to make sure I have some water retention. So we'll go from there. Mosquitoes. I just talked like for 3 minutes straight and realized I forgot to hit record. So if you're wondering where Dwayne is at while I'm working all this, I'll flip it around and show you. He is working over there in the shop. And I definitely see a dump run in our future. We got tires for our snowmobile trailer. We still need to transfer over. Those are sitting out there. And the old grass discharge system for the riding lawnmower, which we don't use anymore. We put that right back into the soil. That's going away. We are going to be tearing down the rest of that fifth wheel to turn it into a tractor trailer. We got a lot of work ahead of us. So we're driving our Buick Rendezvous, and it is the ultimate homesteading car. And you've heard in the past, I've driven this with Heather from Cause We Can Farms, and we fit whole sheets of plywood. We're heading to the dump right now. This thing is full of stuff from the shop. I'm going to head back and I'm going to work it back in the garden and continue working in the shop too. But we're heading to the dump with a huge load of dump stuff. So it's the best car ever. So we're at the free spot, and you know, we have to look. And of course we found one more window for our greenhouse. So I got to lower the seats for the hubby so he can get these in. So pretty excited. So we also picked up a boat motor gas tank. So we're going to use that with our little rowboat and put a little trolling motor on it when we go out on the lake. And I also picked up a whole box of dog leashes, really nice dog leashes, because one of ours kind of sucks and then the other one's just okay. So these are like super nice dog leashes, so I'm stoked. So we're going to head home and finish up. It's finally cooling down, finally. So get back to work on finishing up the garden while he works out in the shop. Whew. I'm just happy it's finally cooling down. Okay, I got the trailer emptied. I got 2 beds filled. I've got 2 beds built. Yay. I'm beat, but I'm excited. All the tomatoes are filled. I did find some blood meal. I'm going to mix some of that into the soil at the top. As you can see here, let me see if I can bend you down a little bit. There. You can see they're filled, and they're a little wonky. That's okay. Right now, I just want to get some of this spread here on the top. I think I have enough to at least do half of this bed. I got to go over and get a couple more loads. As long as I can get my plants in tonight, I'm happy. I got 2 more bricks. It'll at least get this bed done. And then I'll bring up some more on the next time I come. Probably about 8 more bricks to get everything done. So I'll be back when I have this full-ish. And then I'll visit with you more. I'm just, dude, I'm beat. Okay, so for what I had in the coconut core stuff, I got half the bed done. I'm done. I'm physically just done. So I've got 1 all-purpose bag of soil. Good enough for government work. I'm wet from head to toe. So I'm going to lay this down, get what plants I can in. Next weekend, I'm just going to move what I need to move. And I'll get the rest of the beds in. I got all the goat compost in the 2 beds, and the rest of the coconut core mulch. I'll probably need, let's see, I used 2 bags on this side, or 2 bricks on this side, 2 bricks on that. So I'm gonna need another 4 for that side. So I'm gonna pick up a couple bags of, boy, mosquitoes are coming out now. I'm definitely gonna need some really good soil to throw on top of this. So I'll be picking some of that up. This is not what I prefer. This is just what I must have. This is what was in the shop when we were doing stuff. So this is what's going to be used. It's not necessarily what I'm going to use next time. But this is what's going to be spread, so I can at least get the cantaloupe, the cucumbers, and the zucchini at least in the ground for now. I'm probably going to take the lettuce home and just grow that on my deck at home. So I'm just going to lay this in a decent layer on probably half. I'm not going to go very far. I just want to at least get something to get this stuff in the ground. That's all I'm worrying about. So, whoopee! I'm going to be getting some more compost, some manure to throw on this too. So, but, whew, I'm back. I got all that laid out. I really don't like using Miracle-Gro, but you use what you got. I will be using all organic stuff if I can. I prefer that. So I'll be getting some organic manure. Gosh, oh boy, I didn't want to hurry up and get this done. Mosquitoes are coming out. I've actually been very lucky because it was hot today and I didn't have much. So I'm gonna get those in. I don't think you guys really want to watch me, do you? I mean, really, it's going to be a long video anyways. I'll be back. So right now they're all just planted where they're at. They'll get moved next week, but for now I'm happy where they're at. We've got cantaloupe, honeydew, hold on, I'll turn that off. Cantaloupe, honeydew, pickling cucumbers, regular cucumbers, what else do we got? 2 different kinds of cantaloupe. Then I got regular peppers, you know, green peppers, orange peppers, red peppers. So now I'm just going through and filling these up. I put the bone meal and the blood meal on the appropriate plants. So we'll see how we go. I'm hopeful. And I'm going to put some netting over the top of a few things until I can get the T-post driver, and I'm at least going to circle the what I have to circle. I kind of just pre-fill up the clay spikes a little, and then I throw that in there. Ta-da! It's really as simple as that. It works great. These can work also in your house. If you need to use these in your house and you're going on vacation, they work for the house too. So they work really, really good. I got to go in and do the deck ones. Or did I do those when I first got here? I can't remember. I have to go check. I just use beer bottles for those ones. Gotta use a little low pressure when you're doing these because it likes to explode. So, yeah. And no, I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink this much wine. I don't drink at all. I just, like I said, got these from friends and a bunch of different restaurants in Coeur d'Alene. They were happy to give me their cast-offs. Whew, I'm done. So, this is what it looks like. I got it netted. At least that. I still need to go through and do a little netting on those ones over there and the ones here. Dwayne's on his way with the side-by-side to pick me up. We're going to run the pitchfork back up to our neighbors, and I already put the trailer away. So he's on his way here to pick me up. If you're looking forward to seeing what I got, if you're looking forward to seeing what this turns out like, give us a like, give us a follow, comment below if you and tell me what you think I should be doing different or if you like what I'm doing. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
We got time.